Topping today's news, Prime Minister Philip Davis leads a delegation to CARICOM Summit in Guyana. Police investigating 2 shooting deaths on the weekend. Grand Bahama Port Authority seeking a better relationship with the government, and the opposition leader critical of the government's spending. Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Jarino Saunders. This is your JCN Evening News, and it is a pleasure to have you join us. The Caribbean community leaders opened their 46th regular summit in Guyana on Sunday, underscoring the need to deal with ongoing political, economic, and social situations in Haiti, as well as pledging their determination to implement measures to continue the success of the regional integration movement. Prime Minister Philip Davis and Minister of Foreign Affairs Fred Mitchell are leading the Bahamian delegation. According to Minister Mitchell, CARICOM will also reaffirm its support for Guyana's sovereignty in light of Venezuela seeking to annex a large portion of their gold and oil-rich territory. The CARICOM leaders will also seek to solidify efforts to fully implement initiatives to reduce the high regional food import bill by 25% by 2025. Residents on Harbor Island, Eleuthera, left stunned after a male was shot and killed early Monday morning while at a nightclub there. Police have arrested 3 adult males in connection with this deadly shooting incident that occurred around 12:30 a.m. And you're looking at a video from the scene of that shooting. The victim, who is reportedly from the capital, was known to police and was being electronically monitored while on bail for a serious crime. A 29-year-old male voluntarily surrendered to the Harbor Island police station before officers later arrested 2 additional adult males aged 38 and 42 following significant leads. Investigations into that matter continues. Meanwhile, here in Capital, police also investigating a shooting that occurred early Sunday morning here in the capital on Wilson Track off Cordo Avenue, that's in the Angleton area, resulting in the death of a 35-year-old male and injuries to his teenage daughter. Press Liaison Officer Chief Superintendent Chrislyn Skippings shared the following details of the double shooting incident.
It was shortly after 7 a.m. when a male came to collect his 16-year-old daughter from a residence here on Wilson Track. He came and collected his daughter to take her to church. As he pulled off from the residence, a small silver vehicle pulled alongside. 2 males exited that vehicle, opened fire on the truck, which resulted in a male who's 35 years of age and a 16-year-old daughter being shot. The male succumbed to his injuries on scene. The female, she was taken to hospital, where at present her condition is unknown.
Chief Superintendent Skipping says police are now focused on identifying the 2 male perpetrators.
Let me say that it's a morning when I'm truly disgusted by the actions of our young men in this country, or by the actions of 2 young males who on this Sunday morning, when people are making themselves ready for church, to create such unnecessary havoc in our country. And families of those young men is responsible this morning. I'm asking you to do the right thing. Don't allow the blood to be on your hands this morning. There are different ways to solve conflicts. I've said it repeatedly. Young men in particular comes to a point now where whatever differences you have, innocent people are now becoming involved. It needs to stop.
The Royal Bahamas Police Force, in collaboration with the Royal Bahamas Defense Force, continues to take illegal weapons off the streets between Monday, February 19th and Saturday, February 24th. The police took 7 guns off the streets, including 5 handguns, 2 shotguns, along with an assortment of 194 rounds of ammunition from operations on Bimini, Abaco, and here on New Providence. The guns were seized by officers from the Abaco, Western New Providence, and Tourism Police Divisions, along with Operation Black Strike. On the business front, Rupert Hayward, principal and director of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, was one of the key speakers at the recent Grand Bahama Business Outlook, where he said the future success of Freeport and the ability to build a robust economic model, that can reverse the city's downward trend over the past 20 years rests on 4 key pillars. The first of those pillars is a better working relationship between the government of the Bahamas and the Grand Bahama Port Authority.
The first, and most important in many ways, is a close and cooperative relationship between the government of the Bahamas, the Grand Bahama Port Authority, and its licensees. Freeport was originally conceived as a groundbreaking public-private partnership. Emphasis on the third P for partnership, where the government and GBPA worked hand in glove, tapping into global financial markets to deliver considerable economic benefits to Grand Bahama and our country as a whole. We must return to this foundational idea, this time creating a true PPP between the Port Authority, its licensees, the government of the Bahamas, and every resident of every community on the island and across our nation.
The second pillar is a commitment to operate the Port Authority as a world-class institution that would attract more investors. According to Mr. Hayward, there is also a need for an updated regulatory framework to govern the Grand Bahama Port Authority.
The rules governing Freeport are 70 years old. It's been significantly, and these rules have been significantly diluted since the signing of the Hawkesbury Creek Agreement in 1955. Precisely when they desperately needed to be strengthened and updated to cope with the economic shocks, stronger storms, and more competitive global environment. It is past time for a comprehensive overhaul, one that allows the city managers to perform their caretaker role more effectively, with supercharged bylaws that facilitate world-class city development. One that takes into account the realities of 21st century commerce and grants the Port Authority the tools necessary to be able to offer investors and also local businesses a seamless route to profitability.
Mr. Hayward said there must also be an elimination of uncertainty concerning current and future tax obligations, as uncertainty oftentimes kills investments. He said the fourth pillar is safety from the impacts of climate change.
We cannot attract large-scale investment and build a sustainable future without certainty that our investments, our businesses, our families, and our people are safe from the ravages of climate change. We must commit to build climate resiliency into our economy, our infrastructure, and our technology to create real confidence that this is a safe place to live and invest. Grand Bahama, I believe, provides a unique opportunity to provide a climate resilient model that the rest of the world can follow.
Mr. Hayward is confident that his 4-point plan, in addition to the many projects and initiatives ongoing and announced by the government and private sector, can help regenerate the economy of Freeport, Grand Bahama. And finally, in this segment, the prodigal sons, the A-Division Junkanoo Group, made news headlines for the wrong reasons during the holiday seasons after they failed to participate in the 2023 Boxing Day and the 2024 New Year's Day Junkanoo parades, prompting the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, Mario Boleg, to issue a directive that the group show how it spent the $30,000 seed money donated by the government or reimburse those funds. Well, in this photo here, you can see the leader of the prodigal sons, Eric Knowles, standing with the Minister Boleg, who says the Junkanoo leader exhibited outstanding integrity during their meeting today and presented the ministry a check for $30,000, and now they will be in good standing with the ministry, who will expect to see them on Bay Street for the Boxing Day 2024 parade. We'll take a break here. We'll be right back after these commercials.